All right, so we're back to killer Sudoku again today, but with a little bit of a twist. Today, all of the numbers in the cages have been encoded with people's names, and they're sorted into lists, and you'll have to read all the instructions to figure it out. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how to go about solving a puzzle where the numbers are encoded. This is a puzzle I had made way back several months ago, back at the beginning of the year actually. Cracking the Cryptic covered it. I'll leave a link to their solve in the description if you're interested, and to this puzzle if you want to try it. But in this one, all the cages have been encoded. As you can see, A, C, C, E, C, E, D, E, A, and also the gray cells, the highlighted cells, are evens within the cages. So all of the even numbers in the cages have been highlighted. So some things to think about with this. One thing that's helpful is to actually have, open Notepad or have a little piece of paper you can take some notes on, but some way to jot down some notes to keep track of things. Maybe put a list of A, B, C, D, E, F, and kind of write in the options next to them. So, look around at some things. At first, it might seem like, well, how could you possibly know anything about this? Well, just like the other puzzle types, look around, see if you can find some connections between things. For example, you'll notice there's a C cage here, and here, and here, and here. There's a lot of C's all right here close together. So, the fact that one's even and one's odd tells you that the total C is going to be odd, right? Because an even plus an odd is an odd. So C is odd, which means it's 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. Obviously, it can't be 1 because you can't have a 2-cell cage that sums to 1. So 3, 5, 7, or 9 are our options. Well, we've got a C here and a C here. So it can't be 3 because they both have to be 1, 2. So now we're down to 5, 7, and 9 already. Just pretty simply, we've limited C to 3 options. Now, the fact that there's another C cage right here means that it can't be 5, because if it was 5, you'd have 1, 4, and 2, 3, and then there'd be nothing that could go right here. So this has to be 7 or 9. C has to be 7 or 9, just from those 3 cages right there. So you can limit things quite a bit if you just kind of look at how things are connected to each other. You got the same kind of thing up here with A. Again, it has to be odd because you have an even and an odd in the cage. So total, they have to be odd. And since there's 2 of them in the same thing, they can't be 3. So again, this is 5, 7, or 9. So A and C are both, well, C is 7 or 9, A is 5, 7, or 9. And this is all just pretty simple stuff. So now, C is 7 or 9, which means EC has to be 17, 19, 27, 29, something like that. E is going to be probably 1 or 2, obviously. You're not going to be able to get over 30 with a 3-cell cage. So, there's lots of little things you can do there to figure out, and I'm not going to solve this whole puzzle. You can go ahead and do that, or you can watch Cracking the Cryptic solve it. But, look at some of those things. Right here, ED has 2 evens. Well, an even plus an even is an even. So D is going to be even, because whatever E is, whether it's 1 or 2, the ones digit is going to have to be even if the cage total is even. So there you go. Make some deductions like that. The other things to think about are the fact that a whole cage in a 9x9 Sudoku equals 45, which is an odd number. So you might be able to use some things there where, the fact that these 3 are odd would tell you what about these 3. You can think about that. An odd plus an odd plus an odd. What does that equal? What does that mean about these 3? Some things like that. Same thing over here with these 2. This one is an odd total. This one is an odd total. This one is going to be an even total because 2 odds make an even. plus an even means an even total. So you've got even, odd, odd. What does that mean about these extra two over here? So an interesting thing with evens and odds is two odds sum to an even and two evens sum to an even. So if you have two numbers that are the same parity, both even or both odd, the total of the two is going to be even, regardless of what they are. If they're the same, their sum is going to be even. So just think about those kind of things, and keep track of notes, and kind of narrow things down, and I think you'll be able to manage it just fine. I hope you have fun decoding the naughty and nice list, and I'll see you tomorrow.